Welcome back, Willie Geigels with the Real Estate Connection, and also Happy New Year. The last email that I sent you, I shared that I was going to share some value, and today I'm really excited because I have Dorinda Judd here, who's actually been my personal life coach, and she is a personal career life coach, and so we like to share some information and how you can start the new year.
Well, it's really nice to be here with you, Willie. I think it's an awesome thing that you're doing to share a lot of information with people. This is an information age, and it really blesses our lives when we do that. As Willie has mentioned, I am a career balanced life coach. Probably a lot of people think, what is that anyway?
Yeah, can you share a little bit more of what that means?
What I do is help people achieve their dreams, and while they do, they keep their lives balanced in 6 very important areas. And those areas are career and work, health, relationships, having fun, giving back, and spirituality. If we stay balanced in all of those areas, our lives are much more happy and successful. I know I've been very blessed to have the opportunity to work with some of your people and with you. Did you find that it was of value?
You know, I felt that it was real valuable because, you know, you have to look at yourself as a individual, but also sometimes extend yourself. For example, like if I was an actor or if I was a professional sports player, they have people in place to help them achieve what they're set out to achieve, and they dig into their inner abilities to be able to bring out that person and their qualities. So yes, I found that in my career, not only personally but also professionally, it has helped me tremendously.
That's really great. That's music to my ears. I love that. So what we see is that so many people can achieve success, but they're very unfulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
Or they may be the kind of people that set very high goals for themselves, but they need someone to hold them accountable. So I hold people that I coach, and I call them players because they're players in the game of life. I hold them accountable to what they set for themselves that they want to do. I pull out of them, what do you want to do with your life? And then I hold you accountable. Now, some people are kind of lost and drifting, and they don't know what to do. So I also help pull out what those people want and desire and hold them accountable. It's a wonderful and rewarding thing that I do. I've seen so much success. It's probably the happiest thing I've ever done in my life, to watch people really live their lives and enjoy it and have few regrets. I have a motto. You know, everybody has a vision statement. I have one, and I'm a little bit on the corny side, so it's slightly corny, but not too bad. But my vision statement is, when you come sliding into home base, that you come sliding in with a smile on your face, knowing that you did the best with your life and having the fewest regrets. That's my goal that I have for people that coach with me.
Let me ask you this, because I'm sure people are probably wondering, is a life coach, do you have to be in a professional field, or can it just be someone that's just looking for some type of direction? And then the second question to that is that, do they have to be an adult? Do you think that life coaching is ideal for young adults or even children, depending on the age?
What I've seen so far, answering your second question first, is it is wonderful for young people. I don't know about children per se, but especially kids that are heading into college or college age and above, it sets a pattern for their life. I teach about time planning, helping people decide what are your core values so that you know what direction to go, rather than climbing the ladder and getting up there and going, I don't like where I am. I can help them. And so young people, it's awesome. Children, I'm not too sure. I don't think that they're quite type of people. They're too young. In the first question that you asked me, is it for all people other than professional? And it is. I've coached widows, I've coached college students, I've coached businessmen, doctors, attorneys, I've coached people that own their own business, I've coached my dog groomer.
Oh.
And you know what? That was my greatest success.
Wow.
Because she wanted to become a forensic nurse, and she had been told that, being a dog groomer is great, that's all the further you can go. And she is in her second year of the nursing program. She had no college or anything when she started. I'm so happy for her. Plus, she's healthy. she's physically fit. She has a wonderful relationship in her life. She got married to a wonderful man. Their lives are going in such a great direction. And she came to me when she was young, and it's just great to see what's happening.
Yeah, what a rewarding feeling, right?
Oh, it is.
What ideas or what suggestions would you have for someone if they're, since the first of the year, and we've all had these New Year's resolutions. I can give you an example. I attend the gym regularly, and it just seems like being that the month of January, everyone's there. And so I think everyone has the right intent, or wanting to, whatever their resolutions are. What suggestions would you have for someone right now, since we're in the first of the year, the month of January, and people are goal setting and implementing whatever ideas they have? What suggestions would you give to someone?
Well, it's interesting you would ask. About 2 weeks ago, I gave a talk to a big group of people on setting New Year's resolutions and goal setting.
Mm-hmm.
To me, New Year's resolutions are kind of a joke. They're just a walk through the park, a daydream.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a goal, it's something serious.
Yeah.
It's something that you don't just meander about, you work it. And there's a system that you can use in which you identify the goal. It needs to be very specific, has to have a time limit. You have to identify what are your obstacles and overcome your obstacles. You have to have somebody who can help you. It can be a friend or a family member, and you mention to them that this is what you want. You show your specific goal. They help hold you accountable. There's a whole pattern to setting a goal, but a goal is much more serious than a resolution. It's something that you embrace in your heart and your mind, and you carry it with you through eternity if it's something that's that important. So I like people to look at goals as something very serious. And when you look at it that way, and don't set too many at one time, is a big piece of advice. If you have, write out all the goals you'd like to achieve for this year, and then pick a maximum of 3, only 3. Then when you've worked those 3, you've worked through the pattern of getting it going, and you're doing it, and you accomplish it, and it's part of your life, then add more. But if you do, I just read an article the other day that people who set too many goals are shooting their eye out. They're going to fail.
Yeah.
So just pick 2 or 3 and work them.
Yeah. And I think that's a good point, because sometimes we're wired that whether we feel it's a resolution or a goal, we're wired in the matter of we want to do it all. And sometimes by doing that, by having that approach, we set ourselves up for failure. So I like the idea of maybe having a list, and out of that list, choose 3 that you feel are obtainable. One of the things that I try to do from my standpoint is offer value. And I believe that if I can offer some type of value to change somebody's life, then I've at least fulfilled what I've set out to do. What value would you be able to offer for the people that will be looking at this video and maybe have had some ideas as far as wanting to have a life coach in their life? What would you be able to offer them?
I would love to offer to them and anyone that they might tell about. Maybe they have a spouse or a sibling or a friend or a relative or somebody that they want to tell about this. If you're going to see a picture of my card with my phone number and email address, you could contact me, text me, whatever, and say, I'd really like to get together with you, and I am very happy to do one free session with you in which we identify what you want out of your life and how close you are to having that in your life right now, and going from there. So once you know, then you can make that decision. Do I want to move forward with a coach, or do I want to move forward just trying it on my own? But at least you will know what you want in your life, and are you there, or how far. And we'll look at all 6 areas, because if you're lopsided, your life isn't going to be as rich and wonderful. There are a lot of people that coach a specific thing, like a relationship or career. I'm very much about balance, and I've seen people who understand the balance. There's so many people that you would think, oh my gosh, why did they overdose? Why did they kill themselves? Why did they back off from life? They have everything they could want, but that's not where it's at.
Yeah.
There's so much more to it, and having a balance in your life makes your life happy. So do call or text, and you will have a free hour with me.
Wow.
And
That's incredible. Let me just, so that people understand the impact of that. We know that if you have a coach for whatever whatever needed for that coach, but what some people don't realize is what the value of a life coach is. What is the value of that session for someone that says, yes, I'd like to take advantage of that? What does that normally cost somebody?
For me, and I try to offer my services out at a little less than some people because I want it to be available to all. That's really important to me. But I don't want it to be too low because you know what? Then you don't work it.
Mm-hmm.
So the value of that is $75.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Wow.
a good value.
Yeah, and that is really generous because for anyone out there that's actually has considered a life coach, now they know that what the value is, and the fact that you're able to offer an hour session to help that person identify what they're wanting to do and if they want to continue doing that. I think that that's very generous of you, so thank you for doing that.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I love what life coaching does for a person. It is the greatest thrill of my life. So thank
Great.
you for the opportunity.
Well, thank you, and I would encourage anyone that has any interest in taking advantage of the session that Dorinda's offering. Basically, you can go ahead and reply to the email, or we'll go ahead and share her information at the end of the video, and you can contact her directly. So thank you.
Thank you.